we were okay for now. Hello, lovely lemons, and welcome to another amazing tour video. I cannot wait to show you this video because you guys know how I love my islands with stories and lore behind them. So there are going to be some shocking, amazing things in this darkness versus lightness Flamedra video made by my friend and my mod, Ricky. Let's show some love to Ricky and his amazing island. We'll be stopping at some points to read some of the stories and hear the history, how this land came to be. So let's go, shall we? 15,000 million years ago, there was a land called the Forbidden Land. It was a wonderful place for people there. There was a king that owned the entire land. One day, there was a ceremony happening in which everyone gathered. The king of light and dark gave a whole speech and started to create his two sons. He made the light beast, Lightness Flamedra, and the dark beast, Darkness Flamedra. Both of them were born on that day. Everyone was very happy until suddenly, Darkness Flamedra decided that he wanted the land for himself. So he took his claws and stabbed the king in the chest. Everyone panicked, and Darkness Flamedra started to burn everything and took off. Lightness Flamedra lifted his father, and his father told him, "You can't let him take over the entire land," and then fainted. Lightness Flamedra cried with tears and said, "Traitor!" So he went after him for revenge. He saw Darkness Flamedra burning everything up, and Lightness Flamedra told him to stop this, but he didn't listen. Darkness Flamedra said, "This land would be perfect to create a dark land filled with monsters," so he summoned a whole bunch of shadow creatures from the shadows. So Lightness Flamedra did the same thing. He summoned his spirit creatures to come fight. They both had their army ready, so they charged at each other. Both sides fought to the death, and then two beasts also fought up in the air. They were blasting fire so strong, and they were still standing until they unleashed their final attack. Once that happened, it knocked both of them out. Their powers and soul were being sealed up in two different orbs, the light orb and the dark orb. Then the two orbs were scattered onto Earth, and the Forbidden Land was destroyed. That is the end of the first story. So at some points, we're going to read the stories that Ricky gave us, and at other points, I'm just going to show you around like, what does come see the show mean? I wonder indeed. All right, so let's see the rest of the island. It is very, very epic. There is like huge builds everywhere, and I know that he's never restarted his island, but he's always changing themes. And I just really love like the use of fence, how he sections off the island with the big blocks of fence. And oh my gosh, it's full of the stage flame machines. And I love the use of color with these frozen items and nova lights and such. And you can see that on the ground, we've got the Darkness Flamedra pattern, and then we've got the Lightness Flamedra pattern. So it's like they're divided and they're battling throughout the entire island. And there's like, so there's representation throughout the island of the yellow is Lightness Flamedra, the purple is Darkness Flamedra, and I just think that that's so freaking cool. And there's, oh my gosh, all the clock towers. It makes you think that you're in like this huge castle building world. I don't know. It's just a really cool thing. And I like that also those ramps were used purely to make centerpieces out of the castle items, because everything is divided. You can see like the one side is the light side, the other side's the dark side. All right, I'm going to take you around to see what else there is to see. There's a lot of the samurai armors, and those look really sweet. Here's kind of the villager area. They do have some gardens. They are allowed to live normally amongst, you know, the darkness and lightness. This is Anka. This is Ricky's favorite villager. She's pretty cool. There's Abel's sisters. Oh, and those custom designs, a lot of them he does make himself, and on the thumbnail, and if we see the rep here while we're walking around, he made the custom design of like the darkness and the lightness Flamedra characters, and he makes like custom designs of every time he has a new theme or story. So yeah, freaking epic, dude. Here is a darkness and lightness little shrine with the cube lights on top. That looks awesome. And I like how sometimes they're like sectioned off and sometimes they're mixed together, like here. Those Capricorn ornaments look really sweet. There's a ton of like epic big things to walk through. And also on this island, you see fence on the beach, and I never use fences on my beach, and I really like how it's like makes a little building by cornering them off like that. And the last island I toured, my friend Noe, she did the sectioning off with the hedges like that to make them all in squares, and it looks so cool. Here is a cool centerpiece moment. I like this very much. I think this might be the thumbnail. I just like how everything is so bright and lights up like that with the stage flame machines and the Nova lights, and the frozen items are so cool because they really glow in the nighttime as well. And let's go on, see what there is to see. Ooh, lots of light over on this part of the island. I do want to check out the villagers. We've got Cherry, Gonzo, Plucky, Tank, Eric, Elvis, Julian, Sky, and Poppy and Anka. Funny story. Ricky actually, I could not villager hunt for Poppy. If you scroll far enough down in my videos, you'll see one villager hunting for Poppy video, and then there were many other attempts on stream. However, I was never able to get her, so Ricky actually found a Poppy for me and then got her in boxes, and that's how I got my Poppy. But then Ricky ended up getting his own Poppy, so heck yeah. And then I let Cherry go. Remember the video where I let Cherry go and I auto-filled Coco? Well, that Cherry on Ricky's island here is my old Cherry, as well as Eric. He has my Cherry and my Eric, and they were both autofills. Isn't that hilarious? How when you have visited to someone's island, you end up like, if you autofill, it'll often be someone, a villager from someone's island you have been to. I could not word that. And we're walking down the beach here, just kind of seeing the scary faces, custom designs, and then the darkness versus lightness, which is also the flag, by the way, on the ground here. And it's just really cool how you have like a cool epic thing to walk through always. I'm going to go back because there are some epic builds that we need to see. This is the story of how Ricky became Darkness Flamedra. It was a nice, cool night, and I was chilling out on the deck looking at the stars. Then suddenly something purple swung by and crashed into my backyard. I went to check out to see what it was. Then there was this purple round ball, which I didn't know what it was at the time, but it was the dark orb. I thought to myself that I should try to pick it up, so that's what I did. As soon as I picked it up, it cracked open and the dark power was released and went into my body, and I collapsed on the ground. I woke up inside the house and everyone was making sure I was all right. Then, at night while I was sleeping, well, I couldn't really sleep. My body was feeling a little bit weird. My legs were shaking, my arms were shaking, and my eyes were also twitching until suddenly I woke up and my eyes were purple. Then I fell on the floor and transformed. Then I broke through the wall and ran off until everyone came into my room and saw that I was gone. Later at the museum, everything was locked. There were security guards on patrol watching over until they heard a loud noise. They went to investigate and saw the glass broken as if some creature had broken into the museum. They searched around until suddenly they saw a thing eating the painting, so one of them shone their flashlights at it. It turned around slowly, so they pulled their guns out. It had purple claws, spiky hair, and a face on its stomach. That was me as the dark beast, Darkness Flamedra. They started to shoot and I dodged it. I climbed on the ceiling and began breathing fire. Then I made my escape. The guards quickly got out of there so that the whole museum burned down and they called for backup. The fire department came out and put out the fire, but they never saw me again. Okay, we're gonna come around some other parts of the island to make sure you see all of the different parts. So we've got a campsite here to the left of the museum. Everything's got like a castle tower to it, so it's all kind of a castle building. Got a nice orchard, and here is the left beach. Now I will show you in a second the walkthrough of the beach where I read you the Darkness Flamedra story. Got some Zen Bridges going on over here. Cherry has been following for a while. Oh, and you know what? I do love the house. I love the epicness of all the brightness of the items here. I love the golden plate armor guarding it and this cool water terraforming. I'll show you kind of the outside of the house and then I'll show you the inside of the house. But there is a really cool, the whole area is really cool. I want to see the whole thing. Let me see if I can get around there. Oh, and the Zen Bridges. Okay, so that's blocked off, but I just wanted to show just like how huge this area is and how bright and amazing it is. And what happens if you go this way? Yes, this will take me around the beach I wanted to show you. Around the beach, we've got a theme of the ruined items and the mossy customization and a lot of the Darkness Flamedra on the ground. Oh, and then some lightness on the path. I wonder what that all means. So we have lightness and darkness, constant battle. And here is that area that I walked you through, the Darkness Flamedra story. I don't know what the King Tut mask is all about. It looks really spooky and I like it. All right, I'll take you back over this way if I can figure out how to get there because the interiors in this house are really cool. You gotta see them. Okay, here I am. Sorry, I got lost. And here is the entrance of the house. I want to do the handheld camera walkthrough and then we shall enter. It is going to be so cool. Oh my gosh, I love to see these stage flame machines and the fences up close. Ooh, and the frozen items look so epic. Like that fancy red door, the Zen House. Let's go in, shall we? And here you see half light sparkling, half dark with the, I don't know what to call them, vortex black hole swirls around them. Oh my gosh, the contrast is so cool. And then he's got the custom designs of the Lightness Flamedra, the light beast, and then the dark beast. They are facing each other. Mossy ruined castle items versus ivory castle items. Love it. And the ruined items are customized to two different ones. Oh, it's so cool. And the crescent moon chairs. That play with color is amazing. Okay, we'll go in to the right. We'll go in my traditional order of right to left in a circle. Here, ooh, what is happening here? A dark room for Darkness Flamedra. And the samurai armor is guarding this thing here on the altar. I wonder what that's all about. Oh, there's the glowing moss statues in there too. Those are freaky looking when they glow like that. That's so cool. All right, and what is in the back room? Oh, and it's the graveyard wall. I didn't realize that. That's a nice little touch above the castle items. Okay, so we have, it says light orb and dark orb. One has a light side, one has a dark side. Okay. The custom design on the wall looks like really freaky. It looks like black hole explosion. Kind of like outer space kind of things. Oh my goodness. But it was 15,000 million years ago. So it's all ancient. It's like ancient magic. I'm getting like sci-fi vibes, but maybe like in ancient times there was like like space magic. I don't know. It so opens up your mind to so many ideas when people make stories like this, I think. The creativity is too strong. Oh, and we have a light room. So we have a lightness orb and a darkness orb. I really like the custom designs on this wall. I think it's similar to what I have on my fairy island for a few things. Really cool. I really love the goldness though. It's super pretty. What could the light orb be holding? What is going on with this light orb? What happens if I try to take it? Do I dare? All right, and now let's go upstairs. You know we always save the basement for last. Oh my goodness, it's the light beast. I think it's the light beast's room. I love the throne. I love the glowing moss statues in this cool customization. All of the goldness. It is bright. It is shining. It is. Oh, and it's Anka's photo on the wall. Yeah. All right. I love the sparkles. I always forget to use the shine techniques, but they really add, well, I mean, they literally add sparkle to a room, so. Okay, to the basement. And oh my gosh, it's the Dark Beast's room. It's got the swirling, scary black vortex shines. It's got the glowing moss statues with their beady green eyes and Cherry. Oh, Cherry, it rules over the Dark Beast. Or Cherry is friends with the Dark Beast. Oh my goodness. My Cherry has come and turned a little bit evil over here. Oh no. Oh no. Cherry, what are you doing? Why are you fraternizing with the Dark Beast? Don't be friends with Darkness Flame Draw. Cherry, jeez. Okay, we're going to go out and I'm going to tell you the next story. This is the story of how Ricky became Lightness Flame Draw. So the person, Nate, that was working for the agents betrayed them and took the dark power that was drained out of me and took the light orb with him. He unleashes Darkness Flame Draw and made a deal with him. He and Darkness Flame Draw would take over the world together if it lended him its power and also destroyed me, so Darkness Flame Draw went with it. So it went into Nate's body and he became strong. The agents had him surrounded outside and told him to give it up, but he had the dark power and began to transform them. He started to destroy everything. I showed up alone and was going to stop him, so he started to chase after me and I ran. I took some objects to throw at him to damage him and kept going. Then he had enough and grabbed me, lifted me up in the air and threw me down, and I was injured and I couldn't move. He laughed up until two other friends of mine showed up and distracted him. So he charged at them, and as soon as he got close to them, they let out a big punch in the stomach, and that light orb came out of him and he collapsed. He was powerless without it. Then I tried to stand up, but I was injured so badly. I saw the light orb right there, so I tried to get to it and keep it safe, but Nate got back up and was like, oh no you don't. So he summoned a giant hammer to crush me. I hurried as fast as I could, but he was about to swing in, and then suddenly my other friends showed up in a golf cart to try and rescue me. One of them grabbed me before I got crushed, but he had swung the hammer on the ground and the vehicle crashed. I had the light orb safe, but it cracked open. Then Nate flew above us and was like, oh, look at them all bundled up together. Then he breathed fire around us and surrounded us. I told my friends to get out of there. I'm the only one he wants, but they didn't go anywhere. They said, we are your friends and your family, and friends and family stick together no matter what. I'm gonna cry. Then Nate summoned a giant boulder over our heads. We held hands together thinking that we were going to die until a sparkle of light came out of the light orb and into my body, and then suddenly, boom! The boulder crushed us. Nate and Darkness Flame Draw thought they won until suddenly a huge light shone really hard. He was like, what on earth? And then looked over and saw a huge light that was shining so bright that I began to lift the boulder. My hair was yellow. My feet were silver. I felt really strong. Then my friends looked over and saw that I became the light beast, lightness, Flamedra. They were surprised. Then I flew up in the air while I lifted the boulder and blew it into pieces. Then I inhaled all of the smoke that was surrounding us. Then I went up to him and said, "It's over, Nate." And he was like, "I like the new look. It works for you." Also, he said, "Why don't we become best mates? I did some things, you did some things. There's some good people on both sides." Then I looked at him angrily. He then put his hand behind his back and also said, "I'm sure we can work things out." And then he launched a shadow claw attack towards me from the side, and then I caught it and knocked it back. And then began the final battle. All right, and coming out of this villager area, we're gonna go up this ramp over here. And, ooh, light versus dark show. There's advertisements for the show. And there is a big, epic flower garden. So it just proves to say that you can have an island theme and you can still have gardens and stuff like that. I'm going to do the handheld camera to walk through this cool frozen partition walkway because I just think it's cool and I like the colors. We got the custom design on the ground and we got orange and purple and giant vines and ooh, walking up to some flames. Oh yes, I think this is the stage. Here I'm going to show you. Oh my gosh, this area is so cool. I'm also going to show you the TikTok that Ricky made of the battle. I love it. Oh my gosh, what a good show. Now I know he has updated this stage area as we see it now from when he made the TikTok, but hey, the battle's the battle. I love the net thing. Oh my gosh. I love also these big stage lights. These make it look so cool and epic, and the thrones, of course, with all the different stage flame machines. Eric, you are photobombing so bad, but I really think that that is so epic, especially with the stadium lights, not stage lights, stadium lights. So cool. All right, let's go through this little area. Oh, that looks nice as a centerpiece with the plaza items. I like. Let's see what's back here. Ah, the samurai armors. The samurais are guarding that golden altar. What's up with that? And then there's another altar right there. Oh my, oh, the red eyes though. They are creepy. They are creepy. What are they guarding? What is this all about? What is this other one all about? What are they all about? All right, I do want to make sure you see the whole island, so we're going to find where we go next. We got some mushrooms growing with some scary faces on the ground. Here's the rep, and there's that cool custom design, Light Beast. Says just Light Beast, not Dark Beast. Why? Why do you think? I clap for seeing the Light Beast. Okay, continuing on. Oh my gosh, don't you love how much these illuminated reindeers are just so bright in this yellow? They are surrounded by darkness purple though, so I wonder what that means, but it's epic. I love it. It's huge. Bam. They are doing something, those reindeers. They are something to do with the Light Beast. But why are they surrounded by purple? I love how when you know there's a story, it makes you ask like just why about everything you see. And there's Sphinx. I'm going to walk through the mushrooms and see what else there is to see. Ah, yes, the museum is amazing. Time to read you some more stories. But first, I do want to show that this half of the museum is Darkness Flame Draw. Isn't that freaking epic? And then the whole other side of the area is all different castle items, all the Lightness Flame Draw colors on here, this side, on here, on this side, and it looks amazing. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the epicness of this island as much as I did. Ricky is always coming up with cool stories and themes for his island. He's so much fun to follow on Instagram, so I will make sure that I link his account down below so you can check out more crazy, spooky, interesting things. I thank you guys again for hanging out with me on this island tour, and I will see you guys again in the next one. Have a lovely day and goodbye. If I can find the goodbye reaction, I clap for you instead. Goodbye.